Okay, so we're gonna start today. Um, I took a lot of trades really for one morning. So we're gonna start with EU. As you can see, we have a downtrend on H1, which is my higher time frame. Um, as you can see, I focus on relevant liquidity taken. So yeah, we have a downtrend, and why we had a relevant liquidity take here. So we broke this important point to the left. We took the relevant liquidity that broke it. Then we took the relevant liquidity that broke the relevant liquidity, and then we took again the relevant liquidity that took the other one, this one. Okay. So yes, it created all this liquidity just to take this liquidity, because with this reaction, breaking structure up, we induce bias as we have two breaks of structure. Like we have a break here, we have a break here. So buyers are starting to think that the trend is changing, and then we take all the liquidity here. Okay. So then here probably is the point that it is the relevant liquidity that broke this low here. We create all the buyers liquidity to induce them. We have another break here of the structure, so buyers are starting to think again that trend is changing. Like when they look for a trend change, it confirms, it is like more confirmed for them if they have two breaks of structure. Okay, so here it was nice to look for a sell. Maybe I was looking for a buy, a mistake, because we had a break here and break here, so maybe we could change trend. And then we broke again with the strength here, and we broke again here on lower time frame. So here we have relevant liquidity on H1. Let's go to M5 and see what did I do today. Okay, as you can see, we broke the structure here. Here we have another break. Buyers were induced. As you can see, the reaction here. We have another break of structure, and then we take buyers liquidity. Here we have the relevant liquidity on H1. On M5, I thought this was relevant liquidity, and it is. Maybe I prefer this one, as it is the relevant liquidity on H1. But it wanted to induce sellers, so here we took the point. Okay, this low, we took it, and then I'm gonna start explaining why did I took these trades. Okay, so for me, buyers are induced. All this way, buyers are induced. It induces more buyers here. Then it takes this liquidity inducing sellers. With this trend line, we have sellers induced. Then here we have relevant liquidity, which broke this low. And here we have liquidity from this breakout, break and retest, Asian midline, S&T. So I went here with the timing, 8 a.m. As you can see, this is S&T reaction, this one, breakout, traders, break and retest. We took this liquidity here, all sellers liquidity here, as you can see. And why did I trade here? Okay. Well, relevant liquidity was here on M1 and on M5. So we have this candle, this big candle, and then we start having these M1 candles. Okay, I'm gonna take out the drawings. As you can see, this candle is unable to create a higher high, and it is taking buyers liquidity. Like buyers are entering here, as you can see. Here, the same, we don't have a higher high. Buyers are trying to push the price, but they can't. And then I opened a trade here. Okay, as you can see, 1 to 5. I was looking for sorry, I was looking for this relevant liquidity, which I thought maybe we could have a reversal. We did not, but it's okay. 1 to 5. I prefer a 1 to 5 than looking for a higher target or a further target and not taking it. So I'm happy with that. Break even and partial here, as we have the relevant liquidity. Up. And then we have again seller's liquidity. I was looking for a reversal here on M1 and I took an sell. It was not confirmed. I just looked for this S&T reaction. Maybe it was not okay. Okay, I don't like this trade. Then we take the relevant liquidity that broke these lows here and we continue lower. We take all the relevant liquidity here to the left. And then after taking this relevant liquidity, inducing sellers and everything, I opened a trade here, which I interpreted that here we had a SMT reaction. It was not confirmed. It's a bad trade, as I explained here. This one I like it more because we have this pattern again, not lower lows, an engulfing candle, but maybe it's not strong enough. So I prefer this trade than this one. I think this one I shouldn't have take this trade. So this one is a mistake. This one it's okay. After having a TP, I accept taking more risks. And here is the one that is correct, the most confirmed trade of all, because we have SMT reaction here with all the liquidity, like we take all the liquidity from the left. We have an engulfing candle here, clear engulfing candle, not like this one, and I entered here. As you can see, the price went high with the timing and everything. We took this relevant liquidity here, relevant on M5, and then to continue higher, I feel I recorded another video, but it wasn't recorded correctly, so I was expecting to take the relevant liquidity on M5 or the relevant liquidity on M1. After taking this relevant liquidity, I just said on the other video with this engulfing, I would enter here. And as you can see, it went to TP again. I don't usually re-enter if I'm in a trade because I prefer this one because the risk reward is much better than this one. So yes, I was thinking about like this was a correct trade. I don't want to take it, but I like it. And as you can see, TP. And this trade, as you can see, break partial here, as we have the relevant liquidity on M5. Again, partial here, as this is relevant liquidity too, which is the one that broke this low here. As you can see, you have all these breaks here. It's from this point, and finally we hit TP here. A lot of drawings maybe, but they are necessary. Maybe the trend lines are unclear, but it is like that. And here it's EU. We finally took this relevant H1 liquidity. Maybe it continues higher. I like it to continue higher because we took a lot of liquidity to the lows, a lot of sellers are induced. So yeah, I think maybe we come here. I'm not sure, but it's probable. Okay, here another trade. I'm gonna move this up. 5. Okay, Nasdaq. We are in an uptrend. Usually the market after these huge movements to the upside it doesn't reverse. It doesn't reverse the next day. Like it's not a clear reversal usually. It takes more liquidity to upside. It fucks up. It fucks up with people here, so it's not that clear. Yes, we took relevant liquidity here, so we had a reaction, and maybe we continue higher. And then, as you can see, we had buyers induced for me. Yes, we took relevant liquidity, maybe sellers induced, but on a higher time frame perspective, buyers were induced. Here we have relevant liquidity on 5, relevant liquidity on H1, and here was relevant liquidity too. So why I didn't take this trade? Because I wasn't sure. I took a trade here. It was an SL, like I took it here. I think here it was an SL. It broke a structure, so it took the relevant liquidity here, which is correct. It was my mistake. Then we take the relevant liquidity here, which was the one that broke this relevant liquidity. And then we take this relevant liquidity, which was the one that broke this one. We take this relevant liquidity that was the one that broke this one. We take this relevant liquidity that was the one that broke this one. And now the next relevant liquidity is here. But after taking all this relevant liquidity, it's when I interpret that the price could go higher. So with this engulfing candle, in the last video, I said I would, if I have to place a trade, I would place it here, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't took it. I didn't take it. But yes, 1 to 6, it would be a good trade. I just put it here, not on my MetaTrader. As you can see, we are up 2,300. Perfect trade. I love it. Maybe we go higher, but I like this. Like 1 to 6, next relevant liquidity, and I'm out. As you can see, big reaction, taking, taking liquidity. So perfect. I like these are really confirmed trades. I didn't take it because I wasn't sure because of this relevant liquidity on M5. As you can see, we broke this here. So maybe we could go here to take this liquidity. I could have risked that because I had another TP on EU as I showed, but if I'm not sure of a trade, I prefer not to take it. As you can see, we took relevant liquidity here because this is relevant liquidity on M1, relevant liquidity, and then we go higher. It is perfect, beautiful. This is how relevant liquidity works. It's amazing. So yeah, we go higher, 1 to 6. And then Xiao, I never trade Xiao. I was looking for it today just to try it. We are in a downtrend. We had a reaction here, breaking structure and not really creating a lower low, so probably we would go higher. What I like about Xiao is like it is creating buyer's liquidity. We took here relevant liquidity to the left that broke this point. So I'm not going to trade it, but probably we are going lower to take liquidity here and then go higher, or maybe we are going higher to take liquidity to the left and then go lower. I don't care. I'm happy with those trades that I took here. Nasdaq, fuck me that I didn't take this trade, but I wasn't sure. And happy on EU as I have a 1 to 5.5, a 1 to 8.5, and this one I didn't take, but I like to re-enter 1 to 6. So yeah, like four cells, and 40 TPs maybe, but I just took two, so it's okay for me. We started the day with um, with 100, 1,500 maybe, because I took two SLs yesterday, but today we are up $2,347. You can see here the trades, TPs and partials. These are partials. Stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. Four stop losses, but the TP in the morning, yeah, it's good. Okay, and that's it. That's it for today. Maybe in the afternoon I look for something, but I don't think so. I prefer to trade in the morning as I like it